some lines that will indicate perspective. Everything converging down to the vanishing point over here. I'm going to put in figures and other details, so I switched over to a sable, a little stiffer brush, a little more control. Now I'm going to wet the paper and let, while the car is still wet, let this shape bleed down. I've saved the taillights with resist, so there's going to be red taillights that are going to also show up in the reflection. Okay, well, let's work on this lady here. You might remember from our lesson a couple of weeks ago how we talked about doing figures as gestural things rather than a lot of detail. I'm going to give this pair a little more warmth because I want to subdue this side of the painting. I want to bring this side out, so I'm going to give them a little more warmth to kind of bring them forward. Take a little bit of my red paint and put faces on them. There they are. And then we've got this chap over here leaning up against a tree, watching the ladies go by. Not a good day for lady watching in Paris today. And I think I'll just blend that kiosk right in with that lady walking there. Give it some shape, a single shape rather than two adjacent shapes. Branches disappear behind leaves and reappear. I'm going to mix up all three primaries into palette mud and work with that to darken things with a wash. Lose some of the hard edges on that tree, that's okay. We can imagine that there's some lighting in a building here that's producing this warm red. Maybe reinforce a few of these interesting reflections here. Okay, I'll get my eraser, erase the resist. I chose the cadmium red because I knew I wanted to cover some of these dark areas later on with the things like the tail lights on the taxi cab, the stoplights, these red do not enter signs. And if I try to do that with something like alizarin crimson or one of the other transparent reds, they just wouldn't show. So my water is dirty. I'm going to be working with white now, and I want clean water. I'm going to change this. Putting titanium white out. If you want to cover it, it's important to use the opaque titanium white, not the zinc white or Chinese white, which is semi-transparent. And we can just put a hint or two of windows up here in this building. Don't want to get too carried away with that. Make up some umbrella colors. Give this lady a pink one, a beige one. Maybe make this one a little deeper pink. We've got a red light up here. And another one over here. Using my raw sienna as yellow. Continue to pull down a bit with soft edges. Subdued red down below. Tail lights. Okay, well, over here there's an advertisement of some kind on this kiosk. I have no idea what that is. Doesn't matter. Now there are curbs and stones defining the edge of the street here. It's a big shape there. I think I'll break it up a little bit. Likewise here. I'm using the titanium in a diluted manner also to make some of these areas in the distance a little more hazy, a little more foggy. Get a feeling for what it will look like matted. Okay.